What's up, sports fans?
Yo.
So we're back.
Back at it
Week
again.
2. Back at it again.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to get going here. What have we learned so far in this podcast?
So far in this podcast, we've learned...
What
have we learned?
What have we learned? That's why we need you guys to drop more comments down below to teach us what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. We want to know what you guys think. So right below the like button, there's a comment section. Use it to your advantage. I would say one thing I've learned. All right.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned. This podcast has taught me that you just gotta go for it. Really.
Yeah.
You just gotta send it. You just gotta do it because it's fun.
That's what we did last week. We didn't really plan ahead.
No,
Just
zero
went for it.
planning.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good feedback from
We did.
the people we know.
Oh,
but
absolutely,
we know you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you at this point, we know who you are. You're just our friends and family.
Yeah.
So obviously you're giving us positive feedback, right?
All the comments.
My brother gave me a little bit of a hard time because I.
Well, he's your brother.
Right.
Yeah.
But he didn't like what I said about Noah Syndergaard.
No, he didn't. No, you told me that.
But you know what? I don't care, Jonathan. If you're out there right now, I don't care, man. Syndergaard has not been performing like he should for the Phillies. Really, just for the Phillies at all.
Said from a real Phillies fan.
Real Phillies fan.
He has a new shirt.
All right. Yeah. So that's what we got to start with.
Talk about
The shirt. So obviously we got some new swag on today. The story behind this new swag is actually really funny. So a couple months ago, I sent the Phillies an email and I said, hey, yada yada yada, I just want some signatures, whatever. Tried to make it all schmoozy, right?
Yeah.
And like a few weeks later, they come back to me and are like, yeah, cool, so we're not going to send you signatures, but we want to send you a Phillies fan pack, whatever that is. A fan pack. And so I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Free stuff. I'm always down for free stuff. So they sent me this shirt, and I didn't even have to pay for shipping. They just sent it to me. So it was an extra large, fortunately.
Big man right here.
Yeah, fortunately it's not too big, but so that's the story. So we were thinking about a segment. Let us know what you guys think about this. Walk us through the segment we're thinking about. It could be cool.
So since Maverick here got that shirt, we were like, what if we reached out to every single team in the MLB, every team, and saw who or what team is willing to send stuff to their fans.
Yeah.
And so
who has the most respect for the fans? That's what we want to know.
And so he would be doing the National League and I would be doing the American League. And we're kind of have a little competition about what teams are better to their fan base.
Yeah. And which we all know, obviously the Phillies are the best.
Sure.
Sure. All right, let's get into baseball. Drop in those scores from. All right, this is Monday. It's okay. Calm down. We're going to go over the scores from Sunday. All right, it's all good.
Okay.
It is.
So, yesterday, Blue Jays and Pirates. Blue Jays won 4-3.
All right.
Easy dub. Rockies won against the Reds 8-4.
Good deal.
And the Rockies, they played another game. They had a doubleheader against the Reds, but this time the Reds destroyed the Rockies 10-0. And so, a couple of not so great teams there playing against each other, but yeah. Then we had the Athletics and Orioles. Athletics won 5-0. Really, sort of surprised there, but
yeah, because the Orioles are kind of popping off.
They're doing a lot better than what they're like what everybody thinks, and so they have a lot of good young
players. For some perspective, for those of you who may not have been following baseball so closely over the past few years, the Orioles have been bottom of the barrel across MLB for the past couple years. They've had
5 years.
Yeah, they've had a few number one overall draft picks in the past few years, and nobody really expected them to turn it around this season. But defying all odds, they're in wild card contention.
Yeah.
I think they're in the
young
fourth
stars.
spot.
Their young stars that got drafted number one overall a couple of years ago are starting to pop up in the major leagues, and they're getting them to a spot where they can definitely compete.
Finally, for those of you guys who are in Baltimore, your time is finally coming. Your patience is paying off. Hopefully, fingers crossed. What's up next?
All right, we got the Rangers and Red Sox. Red Sox won 5-2. Got the Marlins and Braves. Braves ended up winning 7-1. Got Royals and Tigers. Royals won 3-2. We got Nationals and Mets. Nationals beat the Mets 7-1.
No.
Which you had Carrasco pitching for the Mets and Feed pitching for the Nationals. So yeah.
You know, I was looking at, and we're gonna get into this later. So stay tuned for our breakdown of the wild card race. All right, you're not gonna want to miss it. We're gonna go into some detail on that. But I was doing some research for that segment, and the Braves are only one game behind
The Mets?
The Mets for division leaders. In the National League East, the Mets have been taking a cake in that division all season, and the Braves are right on their heels.
Yeah, Mets have 85 wins, and the Braves have 84 wins.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. It's wild. So we'll probably dip into that a little bit later on. But just finish up the scores here. What do we got?
We got Yankees and Rays. Yankees won 2-1. Twins and White Sox. Twins won 5-1. Cubs and Cardinals. Cardinals ended up winning 2-0. Mariners and Guardians. Mariners ended up winning 6-3. Got the Phillies and Giants. Phillies took the L on that one, sadly.
Yeah.
Phillies lost 5-3.
Don't get me started on how the Phillies have been doing.
But however, the Astros.
Okay.
They beat the Angels 9-1. So
okay.
No,
well, I would
no
hope
surprise.
they beat the Angels.
No surprise
I'd
there.
hope they beat the Angels.
And then you had the Brewers and Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks took the dub with 5-1, and then the Dodgers played the Padres. Dodgers won 9-4.
There you go.
That sums up our scores for September the 4th, Sunday.
September the 4th. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Man. Okay, so right now, you brought up the Astros. Yeah. They beat the Angels.
They did.
Good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes me think of my man Verlander. Okay.
Yeah.
And that Verlander makes me think of all the other pitchers on the injured list right now. I'm
so
telling
many.
you. Okay, let me just run you through the breakdown. I wrote these down yesterday because it's just like every day somebody new is going down on the IL. So here we go. We got McClanahan.
Dang.
McClanahan has been on the IL for 5 days for a shoulder injury. He was the ace in Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah. And he was leading the MLB in ERA for a long time.
Cy Young contender until he started to fall off a little bit. But he's been on the IL for a few days now. He's got a couple days left, about 10 days probably.
Yeah.
Verlander, we just talked about him with his calf. He's going to miss about 2 starts.
He will. Yeah.
So, still, I don't think it really affects his wild card contention, or not wild card, Cy Young contention.
I don't think so.
The award for best pitcher in the American League. He's still got it locked pretty tightly right now
For the American League.
For the American League, for sure. Let's hope he keeps up his performance down the stretch.
Yeah,
but
into the playoffs.
Into the playoffs, because Houston's going to need him. Well, Houston's pretty strong. Houston's pretty strong.
We want him. We need him, but we can stand our ground without him.
The one that really got to me. Okay, I love Verlander.
Yeah.
Big fan of the Tigers back in their heyday, but Anthony Gonsolin, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Gonsolin. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. He has been absolutely smoking everybody in the National League. The National League Cy Young front runner, Anthony Gonsolin. Yeah. Gonsolin. Yeah. He also hit the IL, and who knows when he'll be back. Nestor Cortez is also.
Dang,
he's
Nestor
coming.
Cortez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, these pitchers, these elite pitchers, are dropping like flies. Scherzer got taken out early.
I remember that. Yeah.
But they say he's on track for his next start.
Cool.
Okay, so update on Scherzer. He's doing well. He's on track for his next start. But some of these other guys, man, it's getting to them. I kind of did a little calculation yesterday, and there are 2,430 MLB games every year. 2,430 MLB games in a given calendar year. And that doesn't even count the postseason. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
162
like
times
2,500 Major League Baseball games, and these pitchers obviously don't pitch in every one.
No.
Each team plays 162 games.
Yeah. They probably pitch 20. No, not even 20.
No, they pitch over 20.
Do?
Yeah, they pitch probably
Starters
20
or-
to 30.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's getting to them. The season is long. Injuries happen. We're hopeful with these guys. I mean, these guys are holding down, trying to anchor their rotations. So we're hopeful that they get back. Stay tuned to the podcast. Hit the subscribe button to get all those updates as they come. I feel like I've already plugged like, comment, and subscribe like 5 times.
I think we have.
And it's only been, maybe I'm being a little aggressive. I'll take it back now.
But y'all know what to do.
Y'all know what to do though. All right, don't make me say it again because I will.
He will.
Because I will. Okay, let's run down the power rankings. Okay, so overview of the power rankings. This is basically.
This is this week's week 21 power rankings.
Yeah, this is done by ESPN. They do a breakdown of all the teams in Major League Baseball and they list them in order of who's best.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically,
yeah,
who's
overall,
best.
Yeah, who's best.
So I think they take into a little more account weekly performance. So power rankings will vary from week to week if one team has a hot week or whatever. But basically, you can kind of see trends as the season goes. They're put out every week. And let's run it down. At the top of the list,
We got the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Who have a record of 90. They're the first team this year with 90 wins already.
90 wins.
90 wins and 39 losses. This is kind of obvious. They've been top power ranking the last
long time.
10 weeks. So
Dodgers have been incredible all season.
Yeah. Then we got New York Mets. Who
This is interesting.
This is the interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the second best record in the NL. And they have a record of 83-48. This week they did really well with their closer Edwin Diaz. He's been playing really well.
Yeah, he's just
like him and the trumpet, man.
Yeah, his Timmy Trumpet comes in there. And the thing about a closer is you gotta have this persona, right? As you're coming into a game, we think of Mariano Rivera, the only unanimous inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he had this epic song every time he was trotting in from the bullpen, bottom of the 9th inning. Enter Sandman. What is it by Metallica? Yeah. Enter Sandman by Metallica. And it's like when you hear that song come on as a batter, you're no thanks, bro. No thanks. So Edwin Diaz has kind of also
embraced that spirit.
Embraced that spirit of this
mentality.
Defining song and just coming in and shutting down opposing teams for that final inning or final 2 innings sometimes. Really valuable to have in the back end of that bullpen.
Yeah. And then we're going on to third.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, at third we got the Houston Astros. Yeah. They were ranked second last week, which is kind of upsetting. I don't know why the New York Mets were placed above them this week, but I guess they have had a little bit better of a week than the Astros had.
Right.
And so ESPN was like, well, we'll give the Mets second place this week, and then we'll give the Astros next week.
What do you think is the strongest quality of the Astros team right now?
I think it's a mix between our starting rotation. It's above average, but I think it's our ability to produce runs and score as an offensive team.
Right.
Because all of our games, let me see our run differential.
While he's looking up the run differential, that's so key for any team trying to make the playoffs is not just scoring runs, okay? Anybody can score runs if you have Aaron Judge on your team, right? He hits bombs often, right? Pete Alonso gets RBIs like nobody else. But if your whole team can't produce as a unit, if your number 7 guy isn't picking up your number 6 guy and your leadoff guy isn't getting on base, nothing's going to happen. No. And so the ability to produce runs all through the lineup is huge, and that's something that the championship teams do really well. And I think the Astros are definitely doing that. Dodgers, another example of a team who does that. Yes. Even the Mets. I don't know if I would have put them at second in the power rankings, but second or third I think is a fair place for them because that whole lineup, 1, 2, 3, it just hits you. And it wears you down. It wears you down big time when you have those key players who can make those big plays in those moments.
Exactly. Yeah, so we got the run differential for all the teams. We got Dodgers. They have a run differential of 294.
294.
294. They are destroying. Their offense is insane.
That's
and then
wild.
we got the Yankees, who are kind of slowing down. Their last 3 games, they've had a run differential of -9.
Negative.
And then Houston has had.
Say a prayer for the
Yeah.
Yankees because they are struggling.
And Houston has a run differential of 169.
169. So they're like, more than 100 runs
Yes.
less
Than the
than
Dodgers.
the Dodgers?
I don't know how.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
This is my first time looking at the
summing
run
that
differentials.
up, we can confidently say the Dodgers are
number 1 in power rankings.
Yeah.
That's a fair
Yeah.
argument, yeah.
Okay, but that's obviously the question. Every year the Dodgers are good because they have a boatload
so
of
much
money.
money.
Boatload of money. You know, they have Freddie Freeman, they got Mookie Betts, they have who else do they have? They have a bunch of guys.
They have
Josh Turner,
Gavin Lux. They have Kershaw. They have. Why am I blanking on?
Did I say Josh Turner? It's Justin Turner, right?
It's Trey Turner.
Trey Turner? Who's
They
the guy
have
who
Josh
played?
Turner. The
Josh-
beard?
Yeah.
Orange beard, yeah. They
Oh,
have
so I was right.
You
It's
were
Josh
right.
Turner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh
Josh
And then they have Trey Turner.
And Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other guy I was thinking about. Trey Turner. They're
Fast
big
guy.
3: Freeman, Mookie Betts, Trey Turner,
Cody Bellinger.
and Cody Bellinger. Although Bellinger has not been having
No.
a superstar season like he
Yeah.
did a few years ago when they went to the World Series. But he's doing well for himself. You know, he's a good player. He's got some star power.
They
So
definitely have a lot of players that cost a lot of money, though. David Price.
yeah, David. Okay, this
David
is
Price-
news to me. David Price is on the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's been on the Dodgers for the last 3 years, but he hasn't played any. But they're paying him $20 million a year.
Oh my goodness, bro! You know, when I was looking at injured players recently, some of those guys have been on there for they've been on there for 80 days. They've made, while they're on the injured list, over $1 million.
It's crazy.
Over $1 million. That's impressive. Hey, if I could make $1 million just rehabbing from an injury, heck, if I could make $1 million doing anything, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Okay. But number 4 on the power rankings. So remember, this is all of baseball. What ESPN thinks is the 4th best team in all of baseball. The Atlanta Braves. Why are you laughing at that?
I don't know. It is kind of funny.
The build-up was too intense for him. Couldn't handle it.
I guess I I expected it to be a different team, but honestly I didn't because
No.
there's only 3 really good teams in baseball right now.
But the Braves are definitely a good team.
They are.
Well, who would you rather face? Who would you rather put your money on in the World Series? The Braves or the Mets?
Facing who?
Anybody.
That's hard.
It is hard because it's tight, and
Yeah,
which
it
is
is.
why they're so close.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
because, the Mets have been doing well. They haven't hit a slump like the Yankees have. I mean, they've been doing pretty well, but the Braves have just been so consistent.
Yeah.
Over the second half of the season, ever since the All-Star break, and we always knew the Braves had a lot of potential, right?
Mhm.
Okay, even without Ozzy
Yes,
Albies,
yeah.
he's injured. They have an excellent team, right? But the first half of the season, they just weren't producing like we thought they could, and the Mets were exceeding expectations by a lot. And then the All-Star break comes, and things start to change as the season goes on. Like we said before, 162 games. It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
And the Braves have really come into stride and just been producing consistently like few other teams, other than obviously the Dodgers who are. But I think the Braves are a little bit of a sleeper in these power rankings.
I think that's why I laughed. Was
Yeah.
because
they don't come to mind.
They don't.
No.
And so that's kind of why I laughed. But they are a really good team.
Yeah, they are. They are. Okay, so number 5, the Cardinals.
Let's go. Yeah, our Pujols. We'll go into our
We'll talk
Pujols
about
a little
him
bit
later.
later.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
Cardinals overall,
They're doing well.
they're doing well. Yeah, they're just being able to pull wins together. I think it's a mix of both the offensive runs and the pitchers. I don't think they have amazing starting pitchers. I think that's their one weakness
Yeah.
because they have
Probably.
Arenado, Goldschmidt,
Right.
leading the offense, and so their offense, I think, is the reason why they're winning these. But then the one thing that they're going to struggle with in the postseason is
pitching.
So
Everybody struggles in the postseason with pitching. Some teams more than others. Honestly, I might be biased, but if everybody's healthy, I would take the Phillies pitching staff over the Cardinals in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I like their bullpen better. I like their starting three. I like their starting four. I like their starting five better than the Cardinals. But the Cardinals, once again, Goldschmidt.
We got the offense.
I mean, really just Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
Goldschmidt is just going above and beyond.
Yeah.
Really doing well, doing wonders over there in St. Louis. Okay, number 6.
The Yankees.
The New York Yankees. Yeah. We got to spend some time here and just cry for the Yankees.
No, we don't. We don't have to
cry.
We
don't have to cry, but we should empathize.
No, we shouldn't.
We should empathize with the fans.
The fans are terrible.
Okay,
Yankees fans are the worst.
I'm fighting for you.
Sorry,
okay,
Yankees
he's not
fans.
giving me much.
I don't like y'all.
Yeah. It's like that one bit when A-Rod goes on the Saturday Night Live. Maybe we'll have to throw a clip in here in post. We probably won't. Who am I kidding?
We should though. We'll do
A-Rod goes on SNL and he's doing it. Have you seen this?
I might have.
And he's like, I think he's doing like a roast battle or something with one of the guys on SNL, and that guy's a Red Sox fan, and it's like every time he's like, "But you're a Yankee."
Yeah.
Like, we can't be friends, bro. And that's how Yankees fans are with anybody. Even
they are, yeah.
Well, Red Sox. That was a Red Sox fan. But, like, both of them. They're, like...
Well, they're both very...
animated.
They are, yeah. And their teams are just so, like... Not old, but, like... They're, like, the 2 most famous teams in baseball. And so they have a lot of pride for their team. And so... Which is good. But they take it...
Every fan should have pride for their team. But if I was a Yankees fan, I would not be proud right now.
No.
Not be proud at all. I really wish we could find the Yankees record since the All-Star break. But it's been garbage. Like Luke said, a -9 run differential just in the past 3 games. But that's been the trend for the Yankees.
Yankees are 15-25.
15-25. They're on this pace. They're not even gonna make it to the postseason, bro. That's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got who's behind them? It's the
Blue Jays. So the Yankees.
Rays.
Is it the Rays, really?
Yeah, they're 5.5 games back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Yankees probably will still go to the postseason. They might have to play a wild card series.
They might.
Which would just be shameful.
Actually, no, they won't.
Oh, right, because of the American League Central.
The Guardians have a record of 68. Okay.
Okay, the American League Central is a joke. Yeah. But moving on from that, the Yankees get a freebie because the American League Central is just so bad. All right, so lucky for the Yankees, but they've lost their mojo. And I don't know how they're going to get it back. Obviously, Aaron Boone slamming tables.
Like, you got... what's his name? He broke his hand bone,
that just happened yesterday.
Hamate bone.
Benintendi.
Yeah.
Benintendi. Andrew Benintendi, who they just got at the trade deadline. He was supposed to make them like that much better.
Yeah.
He's got to have hand surgery now. And after they have been doing terribly for the past month at least. Yeah. So now they have another one of their big players out, and. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, apparently Aaron Boone pounding his fists on table during an interview did not turn their season around.
No.
Yet. So maybe I don't know what he's going to do next. Maybe he's going to have to start flipping tables or something. But I mean, he's got to figure out something because they're struggling. So the Yankees are struggling. The Dodgers are wiping the floor. 2 big takeaways from power rankings today.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7, Phillies. So these power rankings were released about a week ago. The next ones come out soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies will probably drop 3 spots. At least 3 spots. Because
3? I don't know.
I think they'll drop 3 spots. Because they did just absolutely horrendous the past few games against some of the worst teams in the National League. They played 3 against the Diamondbacks. They played 3 against the Giants.
Did they get swept by the Diamondbacks?
They won 1 against the Diamondbacks. They got swept by the Giants.
Okay.
Run differential, it was like, I think they scored like 50. No, they got scored on like 59 times, and they scored like 26 runs. But 12 of those 26 runs came in the one game that they won.
Oh.
So if you look at all the games they lost,
it's like their total of like
their
12,
run
13.
differential was like it's like minus 30. It was so bad just in a course of a few games. So yeah, I don't think we need to go into detail.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I bumped the mic. I don't know if we can go into detail for the rest of this list, but rounding out the top 10, we got the Rays at 8, the Mariners at 9, which is, I don't know. I feel like I'm really cheering for the Mariners.
Yeah.
I want them to do well.
I want them to do well.
Because it's cool. The Seattle mojo is back. You got Julio Rodriguez got this big extension. They really went out and they got.
Will that make it? Whoa. Will it give them a chance to get to the postseason? Do you think?
They'll make it to the postseason.
They're
gonna end their job. Confident. Okay. I don't think they'll do super well, but I'd like to see them get far.
Yeah.
Padres at number 10.
Yeah.
And Padres need to do better.
They do.
Among many other teams. I think really just every team needs to win all the time. Yeah. That's really the...
Except for the Yankees.
Okay, so in that theme, what are the teams that have been overperforming? What are the teams that have been underperforming? Right off the top of your head, let me just get your opinions and we'll...
Overperforming? I mean the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you really think they're overperforming, though?
Well, what do you mean overperforming? Like playing too well? Like, is that like, they're taking roids? Is it
no.
They're like...
who's just doing better than we expected them to.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the Cardinals.
Okay, that's fair.
I think the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think they've been playing a lot better than a lot of people thought they were going to do this year.
Yeah. Especially, although they did set the bar pretty low.
They did.
At the first beginning of the season, they weren't doing so hot.
Yeah, but I think the Cardinals and I think probably the Braves.
The Braves?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's
reasonable. The Braves came back from the World Series a couple years ago, and they didn't play very well the year after that.
No.
And so they added a few people to improve their roster, and I think that helped them a lot. But I don't know if we would have thought they would have been in like the top 5 teams.
No, definitely not top 5. Like I thought they would definitely be up there in the national or in the National League East in their division.
Yeah.
I did not see them being one game behind the Mets.
No.
For the division lead.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge for them because, and I think they're like 11 or 12 games above the next. They're 11 or 12 games above being kicked out of wild card contention.
Yeah.
So they're doing fine.
They are.
They're doing fine.
Yeah. Underperforming teams. Well, I mean, right now you got the Yankees. They're not doing well where we thought especially at the beginning of the season, we wouldn't expect them to have a record like this for the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And so them not performing well. I think them and the Padres.
Poor San Diego.
Mm-hmm. Padres, after getting Soto and having Tatis at the beginning of the season, they had so big of expectations.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thought they were going to be the top 3 teams in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
But after Tatis and the suspension and then Soto... What happened? Did Soto get injured?
No, he's just continued to do what he was doing for the Nationals, which is basically the bare minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard anything from him, so I
exactly,
thought he,
exactly. And you haven't heard anything from him for like years, man.
Yeah.
Because he had his big season, and he's fallen off the map, and the Padres, for some reason, thought they could spend a lot and get his peak potential. But the truth is, Juan Soto is just not as good as he was for that one season where they won the World Series. Okay, good for the Nationals for winning the World Series, but that was like super underdog.
Oh, definitely.
And nobody expected them to win.
Weren't they the wild card?
Yeah.
They were the wild card.
Yeah, they were a wild card team and they went all the way. So it happens. It's cool. Good for them. I don't like the Nationals, obviously, because I'm a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
But Juan Soto, he drew that crowd in San Diego. Yeah. Drawing a crowd. Lying around the block, but not performing.
Yeah.
He's not making headlines. That's what they're paying him to do.
They are. I mean, they just wanted the face. And the performance. But
it's not that great of a face, though.
No.
Both metaphorically and literally. All right, enough about my personal opinions of
the looks of the players.
This is going on the internet. We gotta be careful here. Hey, any press is good press. So if people get mad at me for talking down about Juan Soto's face, it's okay. Yeah. He's richer than me, so it's okay if he has a bad face.
It is, and he's good at baseball. Well, okay at baseball.
Compared to me, he's great at baseball. All right. Yeah. I'm not trying to knock him down just to make myself look better. I understand my place in this conversation, but let's move on okay.
Moving on to
Home Run Kings. Yeah. Home Run Kings. That's what
Are we gonna Home Run Kings all time or
no? I just want to start small here.
Start small. Okay.
And then broaden it. So we're gonna go. You're gonna learn some about baseball history today. Did you know that? I bet you didn't realize that when you came on to watch this podcast or listen to this podcast on your commute, that you were gonna learn something about baseball history. We're here to educate you on all of baseball. Oh yeah. So subscribe.
You ready?
No. Pujols.
Wait.
What?
Are we going over Pujols or Judge?
Yeah. Yes, obviously.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Pujols, 695 home runs. He's one shy of Alex Rodriguez's all-time high of 696.
Yep.
And that would move him into fourth place, sole ownership of fourth place on the all-time home runs list. I think we talked about this last week, right behind Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and then it would be Albert Pujols. But the one we really care about is 700, obviously. Yeah. 700 is just a nicer number. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the big deal. He's got 30 games to do it.
He does.
Okay.
And postseason.
But I wouldn't count on it. I would say you got to get to 700 before the postseason starts, because in the postseason, I mean, you're picking and choosing.
You are.
He might not get as many chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so he is. He'll have to hit a home run once every 6 games,
which I think he can do.
I think he can.
He has been around for a long time. I think he can handle the pressure.
Once a week.
Yeah, but I think he's got that potential. He's been turning it on.
Yeah.
Turning on the heat. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to continue that. So we're all rooting for him. It's going to be fun. When that moment happens, it's going to be huge. We might even do a special feature, one-off, midweek video, just to celebrate.
I think we should.
Just to celebrate. I think that'd be cool.
We'll get Stein in there and Crater in there for that.
Maybe get some special guests on the show.
Yeah.
Just to have a big party and break it down. Maybe do some reminiscing. Yes. Home runs, though, other big leaders right now, we're all looking at Aaron Judge. Mm-hmm. He's on pace for 64.
Well, he just reached 54.
53.
53.
Just reached 53. He's on pace for 64.
I think he is 54.
53.
Judge 54.
Oh, is it 54 now?
He hit one today.
He went today?
Yeah.
Monday.
Oh,
so now he's got 54.
He's on 54.
Okay. So he is also turning up the heat. I was
reading this headline. It says Judge hits 54th home run. I was like,
yeah. Right now, the big record he's reaching for is Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
61 home runs.
But he ties A-Rod for most home runs by a Yankee right-handed hitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with 54. So he just hit a milestone right now.
Yeah, so he's hitting milestones. He's doing well. We could talk about his future a little bit. I don't see him transitioning well. I really don't.
Into next season?
Into next season.
Do you think? Well, there were some rumors that he might not join. He might not go back to the Yankees. This was more towards the beginning of this season.
Right.
I think he'll stay on the Yankees.
I think if his best chance of continuing to perform well is on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay. But even when he stays on the Yankees, he's a good player. I think he leads the league in on base plus slugging a few times. I think that's the max of his potential, though.
Yeah. Do you think this will be the peak performance of his career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think this is the best year of his career. He's 30. He's getting old.
He is old.
He's getting old.
He has 5 years of solid baseball.
Yeah. I think he's going to make a lot of money, though.
He will.
When he signs this new contract, we'll let you know how much money exactly he's making. But a little bit of baseball history as far as home runs are concerned. You know, we always talk about Babe Ruth. Even people who don't know about baseball know about Babe Ruth. Yeah. Everybody knows the Babe, right? The Bambino. Did you know that Babe Ruth single-handedly hit more home runs than any other team in the league twice?
Of a season?
Yes. So...
What?
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Fun fact.
2 years. He did it. 54 home runs. And then
how many
60 home runs.
How many games did they play back then? Was it still 162?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
But this was back in 1920. He did it first. He had 54 home runs. And then let's see. And then in 1927, so 7 years apart, he did it more than any other team in the American League.
How old was he whenever? Do you know how old he was when he did that?
I do not know how old he was.
Okay.
However, in modern times, for Albert Pujols to match that, he would have to hit 136 homers.
I mean, I feel like that just shows how baseball has evolved over the years.
Yeah, and so I like it.
I do. I don't think that it's like Babe Ruth. Like if Babe Ruth was alive, he wouldn't be hitting 160.
No. If Babe Ruth was alive, he wouldn't be in the major leagues.
No, he wouldn't.
No. He drank way too much.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He drank an unidentified liquid that, for legal purposes, will leave the viewer to discern what that was. But he didn't live a healthy lifestyle. But he could hit home runs back in the day, back against those pitchers. But I like how the game has progressed. I like how it's more balanced now.
Yeah.
Okay? This season in particular, over the past few seasons, things have kind of gone back and forth. And I know there's been a lot of discussion over the past few years of... Well, maybe this is just being this is just a home run game now. Yeah. I mean, there's no going back, right? But this season in particular has been way more balanced.
We're seeing a lot of games where it's pitchers duels.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like the score is like 0-1, 1-2. And it's just like the offense, or it's mostly the pitchers, they just play extremely well. And they're able to control these hitters that, they're controlling Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, all these top 5 players, and they're able to keep them from scoring.
Yeah.
And so, it's not.
I mean,
just a home run
even as good as he is, Aaron Judge doesn't hit a home run every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like it, but he doesn't do it. But I love how the game has been pretty balanced, and home runs are fun. There's been a great, number of home runs. Yeah. But yeah, I really like the sport of baseball.
Yes.
It's just fun, man. It's just fun. It's fun to talk about. And so let us know what your favorite... I'm going to do it again. Let us know what your favorite part about baseball is in the comments section below, right below that like button. subscribe, hit the bell. You're not here to hear us talk about subscribing, though. You're here to hear us talk about baseball. So let's jump into our next item that we want to talk about, which is wild card standings.
That's right. Yeah.
I almost forgot what we were going to talk about right there.
I had my tabs open.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, come back and talk about wild card standings, and then we'll leave you on your way. And also, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat a goldfish.
Go for it.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Also, don't get the flavor blasted ones. They're not as good as the OG ones.
OG goldfish. All the way.
Still not sponsored.
Also.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Is it coffee and chocolate, or is it just coffee?
It's coffee and chocolate.
Okay. I haven't tried one yet.
He got these.
He got them.
It said cafe latte, and he didn't realize it was coffee.
No, he didn't realize there was caffeine in it.
Caffeine equals 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah. Oh no.
I have a headache.
You have a headache?
Hmm?
You have a headache?
Mm.
You drink water.
I know, right?
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by water.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta stretch. I gotta think of a creative word to say in this next segment.
A creative word, like you have to. Okay, so I'm gonna find.
This is the bonus content for the people, for the real followers who listen, who watch the Uncut.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a word that you have to sneak into a sentence.
Okay.
But that's reasonable. Not like kerfuffle.
We got. Oh, okay, all right. Also, in other news, my wrist is super swollen. I don't know if you can see this. I'm probably not gonna show it on the camera. My wrist is super swollen because I got bit by an ant yesterday. And the ants in Texas are like little vampires. They're evil. And so, yeah. The more you know, don't move to Texas. The ants will eat you alive. It's annoying.
Ooh. Trying to think of one.
Finding a word yet?
I'm looking for one. Malarkey.
Malarkey?
Yeah.
Ah, that's such a baseball word, though. Malarkey. Wait, can you give me a definition real quick?
Refers to a word that is insincere and talk that is particularly foolish.
Right. That's malarkey.
And it's from you can think the 1920s and 1930s. So.
The golden era of baseball.
Yes. Babe Ruth
think
probably
we're
said it.
what?
Babe Ruth probably said Malarkey a lot.
Probably
Yeah.
when he was particularly full of
Unidentified liquid.
unidentified liquid.
He'd be saying a lot more than Malarkey, but
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
Going over wild cards.
All right. Let me just run over. And we'll see where we're at.
Yeah. What's the time?
43.
Okay.
Not about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get one more snack.
Go for it.
And one more drink.
Go for it. I think that's
Those are words to live by. One more snack and one more drink.
Babe Ruth probably said that.
Yeah, we all know he did because he was particularly.
He had a beer belly.
He did.
He had an unidentified liquid belly.
Unidentified liquid belly.
All right.
Wait,
All right.
I got cheese in my teeth.
Oh, dang.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. Hey, welcome back. We're here to talk about wild card.
Wild card.
It's funny because we just got back from a break.
Yes.
And I just like turned on a switch and turned into podcast me.
Yes.
Come meet me in real life at our Meet Us in Person event in Dallas, Fort Worth area on November 13th. Mark it on your calendars. We're going to be there signing autographs, doing a live show.
Absolutely.
And talking about baseball.
Be there.
I'm just kidding. That whole thing.
Confused. I was like, I gotta check.
It looks like I didn't know about this.
I mean, we could.
When were you going to tell me? All right, let's jump into these wild card standings.
Let's go with American League first.
American League first.
Yeah. So we got American League wildcard teams. Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Toronto are the top three right now. Seattle's leading it with 76 wins. Tampa Bay is second with 74, and Toronto's tied with Tampa. Well, they're right behind. They have one more loss than Tampa. Mm-hmm. They both have 74 wins though. Yeah. So yeah, it's a close race. They're all within 2 games of each other. And then Baltimore kind of is backing out a little bit. They're down by 3.5 games, and that's about it. Yeah. And you got Minnesota back 6 games.
Minnesota's back 6, and Minnesota is not coming back.
No, they aren't. Yeah, so most likely it's going to stay with Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. Possibly the Baltimore Orioles coming up and taking Toronto's spot. But
I'd really love to see that happen.
I would. Adley Rutschman.
I think.
Rutschman?
Yeah, Rutschman.
I think that is.
Rutschman.
And I'd love to see him play in the postseason. He's such a fun guy to watch.
He's pretty cool.
I think he's such a happy guy. Like, he's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
He's a fun kid to watch in the MLB.
I will say, the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays have a pretty similar schedule. Mm-hmm. Combined winning percentage of Toronto's remaining opponents is .534. Combined winning percentage of Baltimore's remaining opponents is .525.
Yeah.
So they're facing like similar level teams.
Yeah. And Baltimore is actually playing Toronto right now. The current series they're playing is against Toronto.
So that could be huge.
This is a big series for them.
If they sweep the Blue Jays, that'd be massive.
I don't know how far they are into that series, but they are playing them currently right now.
Right. Well, yeah, we just ran over that in the scores. Did Baltimore win?
They did.
I'll just rewind the video, and you can find out if they won.
No, Toronto won.
Okay, Toronto won. So that's why they're 3.5 and not 2.5 games behind. So Orioles got to get on their horse and do something about that. They got to get back in it. I think the interesting storyline here is who's going to play who. Because, we love to dream about the Orioles making it to the wild card. Yeah. But looking at these 3 teams, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze. So I sneezed. They're all pretty strong teams, and I don't think they're going to let the Orioles just waltz into the wild card race. So the question is, who's going to play who?
Well,
and which team do you think has the best chance of advancing past the wild card series?
Okay, I think whoever plays Cleveland will win.
Yes, agreed.
So
I think any 3 of these teams. I think all 3 of these teams can beat Cleveland.
Absolutely. I think none of them can beat the Astros, but I think that for some reason Toronto could beat the Yankees.
I think Toronto has the strongest team of the 3 in the wild card race now, which is interesting because Toronto right now has the worst record of any of them. But that's almost an advantage because remember the way the wild card series is set up this year, which is new, so we'll probably explain it.
Yeah.
Toronto or whoever has the worst record of all the wild card teams gets to play again. Has to. Normally it's supposed to be a bad thing, right? Yeah. They have to play against the worst division leader.
Yeah. So the worst division leader is Cleveland right now. So
Cleveland is bad.
Cleveland is trash.
So I wouldn't say they're trash, but they're bad. They're bad. They're worse than the Blue Jays.
Yes.
I think. Okay, so let's go over this wild card bracket. So basically, you have 3 division leaders, and you have 3 wild card teams that can come from any division.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 3 division leaders, all they have to do is be better than all the teams in their division. If you're in a bad division like the American League Central, where the Guardians are, then you can have a worse record,
but still be a division leader.
Okay, so division leaders get into the wild card series automatically.
Yeah.
Then you have the 3 wild card, which is just all of the league. So in the American League, it's all of the best teams in the league,
so
except for the division leaders.
So hypothetically, if you had one stacked division, you could
have all but one team
in that.
So you could have the division leader who goes to the playoffs, and then 3 teams in that division all go to the wild card, and all make it to the playoffs. Yeah. So then how it breaks down is the worst division leader plays a 3-game series against the worst wild card team, and the 2 best wild card teams
play each other
in a 3-game series, and then the winners of those
will play each other. And the winners of those will play the winners of the top 2 division leaders. Okay, so the two division leaders go up here, and then you have this division leader, and then you have the wild card teams, and this guy plays this guy, and these guys play each other. And do you need more fingers?
I need more fingers. It's confusing. Maybe we should put like a graph up there. No. We gotta pay an editor to do that. I'm not doing that.
That's true.
Okay, so let's jump over to the National League. Atlanta Braves are so far ahead of everybody. So they're 10.5 games up, and then San Diego is only half a game up, and then Philadelphia has the last spot right
but they're 2.5 games above the Brewers, who are the next in line.
Right. So in order for the Braves to drop all the way down to not making those top 3 spots,
they're gonna have to lose.
They have to lose a lot. They're
gonna have to.
That's like 14 games. Yeah. 14 games up from like actually not making it. And there's only
30.
There's only 30 games left in the season.
30.
So that's impossible, basically.
Well, how many games are left?
It's 30 games.
Is it exactly 30?
29, 20, or 28, depending on what team it is. So I looked it up yesterday. Okay. Yeah. So we're almost done, guys. Yeah. We got a month left. So it goes Braves, San Diego, Philadelphia, and then 2.5 games behind that is Milwaukee. I really don't think Milwaukee is coming back. Unless the Phillies continue to tank like they did this past year or this past week. The Phillies, I've really had a hard time in September. So please don't do that again, Phillies. But I really like Rob Thompson at the helm. He's super chill. I think he's going to be a good grounding force. Phillies are going back to the bank, back to their home, get those fans behind them, and get some wins under the belt. And I think they're really going to put the nail in the coffin on the Brewers. So the Brewers, that's not looking good as much as I like McCutchen.
Because, the Phillies are playing Miami next.
Yeah.
And so that should be a pretty easy series to get a few games ahead.
Yeah. And then right now, the Cardinals are the worst division leader. Yeah. So
they most likely will play Atlanta. Unless somehow they make it to second place and somehow beat the Mets.
No, the Cardinals would play Philadelphia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Cardinals will play Philadelphia.
It even confuses him, so don't worry about it. Yeah. The Cardinals would play Philadelphia, and then the Braves would play against the Padres, which isn't fair because the Braves would obliterate the Padres, I think.
The Padres, absolutely.
Yeah, so the Padres are right now on track to make it, but they're probably not going to make it.
Do you think the Phillies could beat the Cardinals? We sort of talked about this. You think they...
Yeah, I think the Phillies take the Cardinals.
You think they do? Okay.
I think so. But it depends because the Phillies are a little streaky.
Yeah. But also, that's also baseball. Everybody has their winning streaks and losing streaks.
Yeah, so but I'm talking about like specific players. like Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's another hot take for my brother to disagree with. Rhys Hoskins is overrated. He's way too streaky, and he only hits poolside home runs, and he's not consistent enough to be able to be depended on in clutch. He's worse. Okay, so he's an okay baseball player. The more important the situation is, the worse Rhys Hoskins is.
Yeah.
He's not a clutch hitter. He does well enough to get good stats.
Yeah, and stay on.
Which is like the opposite of Big Papi. Pretty good hitter, but when you need him, he hits a dinger every time, right? Yeah. That's not Rhys Hoskins. Bryce Harper might be able to pull some of that weight. JT Realmuto, their catcher, is heating up.
Yeah, that's good.
So he actually is doing really well. Doing really well. So I think the Phillies could take the Cardinals in a 3-game series.
Yeah.
And I would love to just hold it over this guy's head all day.
Yeah, well, I have my Astros. It'll be Stein's head that you hold it over.
Yeah, he's like hardcore. Yeah. Hardcore Cardinals fan. But it's okay. I'll just say, you got your one wish. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Albert Pujols will have by then hit 700. Yeah. And then the Phillies will have broken an 11-year postseason drought.
It's a long time. Was it?
It's way too long. 2011.
They made it to the postseason that season.
Yeah.
What was it 2008 that won the World Series?
Yeah, we won the World Series in 2008.
Yeah.
Lost in the World Series to the Yankees in 2009.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't been much since then.
Mm-hmm.
Some really close ones, but just struggling, man. Yeah. Struggling. So anyway, hey, thanks for catching up with baseball with us. This has been Peanuts and CrackerJacks. We're so hyped to have you here. Can't wait to see you again next week. That's all we got for you today. If you want to hear about anything in particular, we'll bring it to you. Just drop a comment below. Thanks as always for being fans, and have a good week.
Good night. Still don't know how to end that.
We still don't know how to end these videos, so I'm just going to eat a goldfish.
Yeah. Take a drink.
Mm-hmm. More snacks, more drinks.
Oh, yeah.
We should make a jingle. Oh, I should play my jingle.
Oh, yeah, put it up to the microphone.
Y'all are going to want to hear this. It's so bad. But, it's so bad. Like we were talking about Bryce Harper last week. He's so bad.
He's back. He's bad.
He's not bad. He's back. Oh, yeah, I got it. I made a jingle. Let me know if we should make like a whole intro sequence with this jingle. All right. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Oh, they'll be able to hear it. No problem. It's awesome. How can you dispute that? Especially this bass line. It's awesome, man.
And he did it all on his phone.
I did it on my phone.
In like 30 minutes.
Give me some credit. So, it was on my phone, and plus, our little thing that we did last week was super out of time.
What was?
So it was like, there was no consistent beat.
No.
So,
yeah.
Maybe we'll have to redo that.
Maybe.
Peace. You want to keep posting uncut versions?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fun.
For the real fans.